Hey, what's going on, team? Welcome to today's daily walk. And today we're going to talk about doing small. You are trying to do way too big, and that's what's preventing growth. Now, notice I didn't say think small. I said do small. So let me dive in before you come out of that screen and want to punch me in the teeth. All right, for saying you're not going to make your goal or whatnot. All right, so what I mean by do small. All right, so say I have a weight loss goal, or say that I want to really 10x my physique. Well, you want to know how I'm going to do it, and I do it every January. If you kind of follow, you can like go back into social media, and you'll see it every January. What I do is I'll do a 1 month, or it's actually 3 week, three to 4 week, but minimum of 3 weeks, alcohol fast. That's it. And you're like, what do you, no, I thought you said you wanted to get like super ripped, man. What else are you doing, man? What about the plan? What about this? What about that? You're gonna 10x your training. You're gonna go do a 1,000 rep squat challenge every day. No, I just give up drinking. That's it. And I'm not a big drinker. So you might think, what are you talking about? That ain't inspirational. Come on, what else do you do? Well, let's look at the power of that small. Okay, the average alcoholic drink that I consume is about 250 calories. All right, so that's if you have a few, 1 or 2 a day, that's 10 a week. That's 2,500 calories in a week. That's 10,000 calories in a month. That's about 3.5-4 pounds of body fat. So what happens typically every February hits, and I'm like, dang, because I keep a certain standard throughout the year, and I'm like, dang. This creates a momentum. So that tiny change then creates a momentum going forward. Okay? So what about you? Do you do a caramel macchiato every single day? Okay? That would be 4,800 calories if you did it just on work days. Just on Monday through Friday. That would be 4,800 calories per month. So roughly 1.5 pounds of fat. And when I say 1.5 pounds of fat, I'm not talking about scale weight. That might be like 4 or 5 pounds of scale weight. But I'm talking about actual fat. Just by these small things. Could you imagine if you're like, hey, Jesse, tell me the secret. And I'm like, yeah, I stopped drinking caramel macchiatos. But how many times have you run into someone who's lost hundreds of pounds? Monumental. And you're like, dude, what did you do? And they're like, yeah, I gave up pop. You're like, no. Really, what did you do? What workout plan? Who was your coach? Who did this? How did you? Yeah, I gave up pot. Because a lot of times there's a cascading effect to that. Like the other effect to just giving up the alcohol, when you do the math, my average drink's about $15. That's $600 a month. Okay, that's now $600. That's now 600 more reasons to maybe keep that going. Okay, or the caramel macchiato, that would be $60 a month. So now you have 60 additional reasons to maybe keep that tiny small change going, and it's going to be a compounding big result. So you've heard the saying, if you put a little bit of money in your account for 10 years of your life, it turns into $1 million. That's the compounding interest. Well, this is compounding interest for you. And the beautiful part is it's super duper easy. Let's talk about some things that you can add. So this is what I did during the holidays. I added a 1 minute run. Yes, 1 minute. Yeah, I know, it doesn't sound great. Got through that. It was great. That was 300 calories in a month. Yeah, it doesn't sound much, but on top of some of the other tiny, easy things, and they don't sound sexy. They don't sound like, dude, I thought you were a gladiator. That sounds like so simple and so easy. That's the point. It's absolutely simple, easy. You don't miss it. It's just tiny. It's just small. You're just doing little small things. If you added 1 rep, there's 6 major body parts, okay? Chest, back, shoulders, arms, legs, all right? If we added 1 rep when we went to the gym, okay? 1 rep, and say the average lift is 200 pounds. It might be like lighter for arms, heavier for legs, depends on the machine, but let's just say 200 pounds. That would be 4,800 pounds, okay? 4,800 pounds more lifted in a month. Okay, and maybe more depending on how many times you train each muscle group. Okay, I train each muscle group twice a week, so that's how it worked out to me. 4,800 additional pounds by doing what? Adding 1 rep. 1 rep, literally. I could add 1 rep on the way to the shower in the gym. I mean, just go back to each machine and pump 1 out. 4,800 pounds, okay? That is major. That is a major compounding effect. And we're doing this, what this looks like in a month. Could you imagine what this looks like in a year? Okay? So it's absolutely crazy. Another thing is, say you dine out. I dine out. Have them cut it in half. Say, be like, hey, I'm going to have the rib platter or whatever it is that you normally order when you're dining out. All right? Most of us dine out at least twice a week. And just be like, hey, can you box up half? Can you just box, and before they bring it out, okay, just say box up half. All right? Well, a couple of things are going to happen is you're not going to want the second half. It's all boxed up. It's all there. Okay, they've done very, very substantial research on this. Your hunger hormones would kick in. You just wouldn't be hungry 30 minutes later. So now you have that half, okay, that you can have for lunch, breakfast, dinner, or whatever the next day. That will save you 2,400 calories a month, assuming that the meals are 600 calories, which that is, for dining out, that's really, really generous, if you will. I mean, you can get salads that are 1,800 calories. So I'm using really, really low ball numbers here, just to be like ultra conservative on this. But I mean, these numbers are probably a lot greater. So do small. Do 2 or 3 things, or just 1 or 2 tiny things that will have that compound effect. Could be like just not adding cream to your coffee. You know, that it could be that simple. Then you do it with 2 other things. I'll show you a depiction. This is what I did in 2019 is every time I had change, okay, I would throw it in a jar, all right? And dude, check it out. This is my 2019 jar. And I actually have 2 of them. They were in one, but they're too heavy to lift, literally. So now I have no idea how much this is, but I mean, it could be like, I'm guessing about $500-600. You know what I mean? Holy cow, that is a weekend out. So could you imagine if you wanted to take your spouse on an amazing, crazy date weekend? And people are like, oh man, that sounds crazy extravagant. How are you going to do it? Oh, I'm going to just take some change and throw it in a jar. What? No, come on, man. What are you going to do? You're going to pick up more hours? You're going to do this? You're going to do that? No, I'm just going to take some change and I'm going to throw it into a jar every single day. Every single day. That's the key. Every single day. So do small and you are going to win big. And again, there's a lot of psychological subcategories going on that will keep you motivated. Like with me, saving the 10,000 calories in beverages a month. That creates a momentum because I get to the end of the month and I'm like, man, that was like stupidly easy. What if I did decide to add a little more here? What if I did decide to kind of be that gladiator? Then it's like, man, in 4 or 5 weeks, I'd be able to do this, and this, or this athletic endeavor or whatever. So a lot of times we try to bite off, we try to do big, and then it just gets, oh man, we're just not seeing any of the results we want to see. We get tired, we get burnt out. Where if we just do small, where we don't even miss it, that's when the magic happens, and that's when we go big for that 4 weeks. We're there. Do you see what I'm saying? So we can only sprint for so long before our bodies will start slowing down. So just take a step each day, and then realize, wow. I just say your goal is to walk a mile and you take tiny centimeter steps each day, and then eventually you look back and you're like, whoa, I only have like 1,000 more steps to go. Cool, sprint it in. It's a lot easier to sprint those 1,000 steps than to sprint 10,000 steps. As a matter of fact, we can't sprint 10,000 steps. We will burn out, all right? So hopefully this makes great sense to you. I'd love to hear what small changes you are going to implement, or small additions, small subtractions. The key is small, that you're going to do to 10x your results. And then at certain points of your life, when you've done going small, then you can say, I'm going to go big for a short burst for 30 days. And holy cow, that's when a whole new standard comes to play. Rock and roll. You guys have an amazing day.